We have a new skin tint at the drugstore, and today I'm going to try it. It's got big claims. Let's see if it can live up to them. This is the new Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour skin tint. This costs anywhere between $14 and $18 depending on where you buy it. It is supposed to offer skin-like coverage that resists sweat, humidity, and fading. Now that's a new term for me, skin-like coverage. I've heard skin-like finish, but what is skin-like coverage? Is that medium? I don't know. So I'm gonna try this on and see how it holds up. But first, if you're new here, hi, my name is Miranda. Welcome to my channel where we talk all things budget beauty. If that sounds interesting to you, then become the newest member of the Slashed Squad by hitting subscribe and the bell icon. Now, aside from being a skin tint, this is also like a makeup skincare hybrid because it is infused with vitamin C, which can brighten your complexion over time. It is also non-comedogenic, which means it's great for acne-prone skin. It's not gonna clog your pores, and it's safe for sensitive skin. So I am gonna try the shade 220, which tends to be my shade in Maybelline foundations. Okay, we have a dropper style applicator. Not my favorite. Let's see the consistency. Okay, it's pretty liquidy. Now I am gonna try this without primer underneath. I just wanna see how it performs on its own, and I'm going to use a sponge to blend it in. If this lives up to its claims, I'll be super stoked because I love wearing skin tints in summer, but they're not exactly known for being budge proof. Very, very thin consistency, but I feel like I'm already getting a decent amount of coverage. As you saw, I had some hyperpigmentation from old acne, a couple lingering active acne spots. Wow. I am actually incredibly surprised with the amount of coverage and how thin of a layer I'm applying. With products like these, I do tend to feel like they work better without a primer layer because they're thinner. They kind of like melt into the skin better when there's no barrier. And the thing is, if it's making a 24-hour wear claim, it's not saying 24 hours when you wear it over primer. It's saying this product lasts up to 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this might be a little bit golden for my skin tone right now, but we'll make it work. Okay, so that is one layer, and I'm pretty impressed. This looks beautiful. It does give you a slightly radiant finish, but not anything too dewy. It looks incredibly smooth over my skin, especially in the spots where I know I have texture. It doesn't seem to have caught on that texture. It's not accentuating it. Okay, I just need like 2 more pool days and this will be my shade because my neck is looking a little bit light. Let's see if we can build the coverage. Gosh, yeah, it's so thin. It's so lightweight. Less is definitely gonna be more with this product, which I'm happy about because that's literally the point of wearing a skin tint. It looks incredibly natural. And again, first impression, we'll see how it does outside. Funny enough, I'm actually gonna be testing this in slight humidity today because it is approaching monsoon season here in Vegas. And I believe today it is 51% humidity. And it's probably only gonna get worse because we've got rain coming in. Just as a reference, here in Vegas, we're used to like maybe 10%. So 51 is pretty humid. If this stays looking like this throughout the day, I'm gonna be a very happy camper. This looks beautiful. And yeah, we were able to layer that coverage and I don't feel like it looks cakey or heavy, and you can't really tell that there's more product there. Now I do want to see how other makeup will layer on top of this. I'm not going to do like a full face. I'm just going to add a couple extra products to see how it sits. So I'm going to use my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer, which also has a very natural finish. And I'm just going to kind of highlight with it. I think that'll help a little bit with this shade situation. But every time I do my makeup and I don't use concealer, I always get comments about it. And to be honest, for me, if a product gives me enough coverage, I don't really see the need to add another layer. Already a little bit more balanced, yes? Now it just looks like I've bronzed generously. That concealer actually blended into the skin tint very well. Like I said, they have similar finishes, but it's seamless. Just gonna add a light brow look and a little bit of mascara because I feel naked without those. Ah! I love this mascara, but I hate the brush. I either hit my lid or I hit my eye. Help. Oh my God. That was so Extra. This is the Wet n Wild Big Papa Mascara. Honestly, my favorite at the drugstore right now, but I really, really, really do wish that the wand was even a little bit less fat. I don't know, it's so hard for me to maneuver without messing up somehow, but it does the most for my lashes. If you didn't catch my updated Best Drugstore Mascaras video, go check that out. I mean, can you deny this before and after? Is it worth getting poked in the eye every now and again? Kinda. What I will tell you that this mascara fiasco has taught me, because I did have to take off some of the skin tint and reapply, it continues to layer really well. There was no like border where I had taken off the makeup and then reapplied it. So another plus in case you're clumsy like I am. If you need to reapply for whatever reason, you don't have to start from scratch. I'm not gonna add bronzer because I feel like we're already getting that effect with the skin tint and concealer combo, but I am gonna add some cream blush. This is the Pixie on the Glow blush. This is one of my favorites to use with skin tints when I'm kind of keeping my skin hopefully lighter looking and fresh. Also because it does add a bit of highlight with its dewy finish. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it with my fingers. It is very pigmented, so a little goes a long way. And I find either tapping this on or using a stipple brush is usually the best. Don't just swipe it on. I know that's what it looks like it's designed for, but that always tugs product out of place. I don't know why they made it like that. Again, this is layering beautifully on top of the skin tint. Yeah, the skin tint is not moving around at all. It is staying in place really, really well underneath the blush, which is exactly why I wanted to test this out. Because sometimes you get these thinner products, and as soon as you try to put a little bit more makeup over it, they just pull right out of place. Like they're never really set on your skin, but this actually has some integrity to it. I am really excited. I hope this works out. You cannot tell me this does not look gorgeous. Just gonna top the look off with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in Moon, just so we get a little balance here. Okay, well, I feel like this video can double as like my go-to 10-minute summer makeup routine. This is definitely the look and the type of products that I've been reaching for lately, especially when I am going out. I wanna feel a little bit more polished and put together, but I really don't wanna wear a full face of makeup. This is not what I consider a full face of makeup. Yeah, I think my skin looks phenomenal right now, so we will see how the Maybelline SuperStay skin tint holds up. I will update you later. Hey y'all, so it is 3:45. I've almost been wearing this makeup for about 8 hours, and the humidity is humidifying. As you can tell from my hair, I have actually been out running errands outside. I did not put the air on in my car just to really push the limits. And I was definitely working up a sweat in my T-zone, and the makeup is still looking so good. Everything is still looking smooth and intact. There's no patchiness at all, and it's not bunching in my expression lines at all. So far so good, but I do want to put this to one more extreme test. I'm gonna do a little workout wearing this makeup. Just to kind of speed up this wear test, I'm gonna go on the treadmill, do some walking and jogging, and then we'll really see how this holds up to sweat. Okay, this is sure to be the best looking I've ever been on my channel, but I wanted you to see exactly how sweaty I got wearing this makeup. I am actively dripping sweat. Holy cow. All right, I just wanted to do that before I turned on the air conditioning because I just ran 2 miles inside with the air conditioning off in my makeup. That is not something that I would normally recommend, but I really wanted to test that sweat-proof claim, and because this is non-comedogenic, I knew that the tint was not going to clog my pores. So let's check in with this makeup. Let me zoom you back in because I actually have not looked in the mirror. Can you see that? There's one streak that went through the blush. The blush doesn't claim to be sweat-proof though. Okay, let me dab my sweat so I can actually get a better look. White tissue. Just gonna dab. Okay, there is some slight transferring going on. Nothing too crazy though. And I gotta say, the coverage is still really strong despite dripping sweat. I would go as far as to say that the wear that we're seeing over the blush is the blush, not the skin tint. Also, can we just talk about this mascara hanging in there? Because this is not the waterproof version. I'm only seeing a little bit of it on my brow bone. Anyway, okay, I have dabbed away all active drips. Let's take a look. Y'all, This still looks so good. Look, none in my laugh lines, none gathering in my expression lines on my forehead through all that sweat. And check it out, my pores are still totally blurred on my nostrils. That's like my sweatiest area. Wow, 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 wow. I mean, next time I wear this and I plan on sweating as much as I did, I'll wear a more waterproof blush. Look, this was like a really dark and red spot that we covered earlier, still completely covered. Even my spots underneath my blush are still concealed. Dare I say I'm obsessed? That is a word that I try not to use a lot because it's such an influencer trope. Like, you can't be obsessed with everything. That means you're obsessed with nothing, right? But I might just be obsessed with this dang skin tint. All right, good morning. It's the next day. Now, today I wanted to try a different shade just to find a slightly better match. I applied 120 and I do think it worked out a bit better, but that was quite the sweat test yesterday, am I right? I'm now considering wearing this to the Taylor Swift concert this weekend because I've been really nervous about sweating. It's gonna be incredibly humid in LA, but it doesn't really get much more impressive than yesterday. Now, I do wanna address the skincare benefits of this product because, like I said, they sort of advertise it as this makeup skincare hybrid. It's infused with vitamin C. And vitamin C is an awesome ingredient for all skin types. It helps brighten your complexion, fade dark spots. It has antioxidants that help against sun damage, but it's also very fragile. It's meant to be stored in opaque bottles, like not clear bottles. It's also meant to be stored in airtight containers, which this is neither of those things. A dropper container is literally the worst thing you could use to store vitamin C products. Because as soon as vitamin C hits air, it starts degrading and becoming less effective. Usually if you're using like a vitamin C serum, you can tell that it's degrading because the color will start to change. It starts to become like yellowish or brownish. But when it's mixed into a pigment product like this, you're not gonna be able to really get those clues. So what I'm trying to say is, besides the fact that I don't like dropper bottles because of how messy they are, this is the one I used just this morning and it's already coated in product on the outside. But aside from that, the vitamin C in this product is probably going to become obsolete or non-effective way before you actually finish the product. Now, I'm also curious, depending on what kind of vitamin C they used, if as the vitamin C degrades, is that going to change the shade? Because like I said, usually vitamin C turns yellow or orange or brown as it becomes less effective. So I'd be very, very curious to see if this darkens the more I open it up and expose it to air. So that's just something to look out for. Also, in case you don't know, I do have combo skin. It leans drier during winter and oilier during summer, and I felt very balanced throughout the day. I didn't feel like I was getting any more shiny in my T-zone. It just worked really well. I don't know what else to say about this. I love how it looks on my face. I love how it wears. I got 2 compliments on my skin yesterday. But I wanna know what you think. Have you tried this? What's your experience with it, or is it on your list? Tell me in the comments below. Today's shout out goes to Cindy Keenan. Thanks for being a member of the Slashed Squad, and join me over in this video next where I try new versions of old drugstore makeup. I'll see you over there. Bye.